Just wanted to talk about the magic of buying gold and the magic of gold plummeting today. I've got friends that are 100% in gold miner stocks. That's people who mine for gold. And I did some research on that. You can use any brokerage firm that's good. I use Fidelity, and you put at first. The first thing I did was go to Google and Googled gold mining stocks and wrote down the symbols. Then I went to Fidelity.com, and at the top right you can put in the symbol, and it'll bring down a little information. And there's usually a section called research. You hit the research button. What I had no idea was how well gold has been doing over the past few years. I'm not going to mention any figures right now. Don't know what would be right or what would be wrong to say on this platform. But I will start saying I started selling some of my best stocks to put in 4 gold mining companies. And I guess for 2 months, and it kept going up and up and up, and over the last few days a couple of them wobbled a little and maybe went down a few cents, which wasn't much. Because the gold mining stocks I was buying averaged $25 a share on up to $50 or maybe a little bit more a share. I would never buy. Sometimes I'd start off with 1 share because with Fidelity they don't charge commission to buy or sell. So every day I would add on to each of the 4 categories. And today it was making me a bundle of money. Now I'm not talking about gold. If you want the symbol for gold, it's GLD. But it will be about half of the growth of the miners, the gold mining companies, because guess who has to deal with digging up the gold before it hits the GLD? They have to go through that gold ore and make it into gold. Gold, however they do it, I don't know. I never looked at a video on that, but I do know I don't buy GLD. I just mention that because it's not the gold itself stock, it's the gold miner stocks that I've done so well in. Today they dropped from 10 to 15 or 16% per share. And before I got on here, I thought, I'm going to look at the research, well, at the price. The price, you don't have to hit the research. I want to see if stocks are still going down, the gold stocks, or if they're going up. And all of them had already started going up, the 4 that I had. So what does this bad dog do? he takes what little money's left in the brokerage firm and he starts buying between 1 share and 4 shares of the companies, depending on the price and depending on how fast they were moving up before today. And I sent a small check to Fidelity to the account. I don't operate on what's called margin. I don't borrow against what I already have. That's called margin. Because if it fell like today, they may have what's called a margin call, which means not only did you lose double the money, your regular amount that you bought plus what you bought on margin, but you only have so many days, I think, to get that money in there before they liquidate some of your stocks. This is not a stock market class. I have never attended a stock market class. I bought my first stocks in high school. Now, having said that, I just wanted to talk about for a minute more or two the magic of gold mining stocks. It's a commodity. It goes up, it goes down. I've held both gold in mutual funds many years ago when I lived in Kentucky, and it just kept going up and up and up. I don't know how I got motivated to get out of it and sell it on time, but I did. There was another time I owned gold. I don't know what made me sell it out. But I share this because if you're getting caught up in the news that gold's going up and up and up, think of today when it went down and down and down. So what do? You can put a limit to sell. If it drops 5%, 1%, 20%, and it's I know with Fidelity it's in, do you want to set a limit? And it gives you several methods to set limits to sell if a stock is on the way down or on the way up. Let me tell you one last story about Sprint telephone, cell phone company. I had almost all my money in it because it was going up and up and up. And I got nervous one night and I put a sell if it fell like 7%. If the stock fell 7%, I figured it was on the way down further, of course. Well, I get a phone call in the morning from my friend Chuck, and he says, I think I know how many shares you have. You made 14,000, didn't you? Dollars on Sprint this morning. I said, no, I didn't. I sold it out because I had it programmed automatically to sell out all of it if it went down a certain percentage. But you know what happened? Within minutes, it went up, 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 up to where I could have made $14,000 more. So use that as a lesson if you want. at this point, I don't have. I have never done that again. I've never set a sell limit, and here's why. If you put a sell limit and the stock market crashes, the whole stock market starts crashing because of computer programming mistakes or whatever. And that happened one time several years ago. Everything was going well until the last half an hour, and I watched it go about the speed of light down. They claimed it was a computer mistake, not by a person, but by the powers that control a lot of stuff with the stock market. I can't tell you what it was. I was trying to sell stuff, but by the time I put the price to sell, it had already dropped below that. Then I'd pick another price, and before I could hit enter, it dropped another $10. Nobody knew what happened because I watched CNBC. That's a money station for stock markets. C, cat, N, Nancy, B, boy, C, cat. They came up with all sorts of ideas, and the last I looked at was a computer mistake, and possibly it should have shut the whole thing down so people wouldn't lose that much money. But what they said about that was it didn't fall far enough down for them to shut off the trading. So you're saying, so how long did it take you to get it back? It was up within 2 weeks, back where it was. So when these mistakes do happen like that, they can go up faster than you would think, and they will sometimes go up higher than they were when they dropped. Well, that's the end of the story, folks. If you like it, not sure what I'm going to talk about next, but if you like it, feel free to hit the subscribe button. It won't hurt. You'll just know I'm on again with a new hopefully helpful and wise story. And if you would like it, what I said, you can also hit the up button. I was told to do this yesterday or the day before. They said, how come you don't ever do this? I was talking to one of the top YouTubers in the country. He said, no wonder you got so few subscribers. You never tell people to consider subscribing or to give a thumbs up. Wow, that's true. I felt guilty. I felt like I'm begging for money when there's no money involved. So that's the pitch for subscribing if you want to. Now, if you look at my videos, you're going to find out they're not focused on one particular thing. But the things I focus on are things that I think we all experience. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.